You're listening to the Membership Geeks podcast, bringing you proven practical tips and advice from the leading experts on growing a successful membership business.
Hey everyone, welcome to this episode of the Membership Geeks podcast. I'm your host, Mike Morrison, one half of the Membership Geeks. And today we're talking about that big, scary C word that us membership owners fear, cancellations, particularly alternatives to cancellations that you should be offering your members if they've done the unthinkable and they've clicked on that button that says, I want to cancel my account. Now, before we dive into this, here's one membership you're not going to want to cancel. You want to head over to membershipacademy.com if you want the absolute best from the leading experts in the online membership space. Membership Academy is the #1 learning community for membership owners of all shapes and sizes. Not only will we help you to get your membership up and running, but we'll also help you to manage, grow, and scale that membership for years to come so you can achieve the growth and the potential that your membership deserves. With our signature membership roadmap program, extensive training library, and more templates, resources, tools, and essential stuff that you can shake your stick at, plus the absolute best community of your fellow membership owners to support you, keep you accountable, and, just be with you on your journey. Membershipacademy.com is the place you need to be. And of course, myself and Callie and the whole Academy team, we're in there each and every day supporting and helping you out too. So you're listening to the show for a reason. You're listening to it because you want to know how to build and grow a successful membership. This show will get you a lot of the way. You'll get a lot of great value, a lot of great tips. If you want to get there faster and you want to have all bases covered and you want the framework, the program to follow, and everything you need to support you on your journey, you need to be part of Membership Academy. Oh, all right. I'm saying all this knowing that if you're listening to the show, you're a very smart cookie, which means you're probably an Academy member already, right? Okay. So let's dive in. 4 alternatives to canceling that you could be offering your members. Ideally, if you can have your website set up in a way where someone clicks on a button to say they want to cancel the membership, you want to be able to at least show a minimum of 1 page before that is processed. And this really is where we want to collect some feedback. It's always good to get feedback from outgoing members. But if we can offer an alternative solution to someone's need to cancel, to whatever it is that's took them to a place that they want to cancel, then this is where we want to do it. Now, we don't want to get in people's way. We don't want to obstruct them from leaving. We don't want to make it overly complicated, overly difficult for them to leave if they've already made that decision. And the truth is, if someone's decided that right now, the membership that they're in, the amount that they're paying, and all of that isn't something they want to continue or they're able to continue, chances are it's too late to try to change their mind. Something is up and it has eaten at them enough that they've taken the step of going down the pathway of leaving. They've gone to the website, they've gone to the account page, they've performed multiple clicks to get to this stage. So this isn't the point where we want to start throwing up roadblocks, but also we want to at least make a last effort to give them another option, because typically they will think, okay, if I want to be a member, I stay. If I don't want to be a member right now, I leave, right? They'll think that the choice is binary when actually there might be some other avenues that they simply weren't aware of. So if we can have a process whereby we can kind of just step in a non-intrusive way to offer an alternative, you want to have that in place on your membership. And it's here where you'll offer them some alternatives. The first alternative could be giving them the option to pause their membership. You see this with Audible. Audible.com is the first example that comes to mind, but a lot of subscription-based websites offer this option now too. Instead of canceling, and keeping in mind a lot of the time when people want to leave, they want to leave for temporary reasons. It might be a financial thing, a time thing, an attention thing. They just aren't in a place right now where they can either afford the time, the money, the investment in whatever way into your membership. Not always the case. Some people outgrow your membership. Some people just don't like it. But most of the time someone wants to leave, it is for a temporary reason. So actually, in that instance, pausing their membership, putting the subscription on hold is going to be better because it doesn't feel as permanent. They're not going to lose their profile. It's positioned in a way that it just makes it so much easier for them to come back on their own terms and pick things up. So if they've already got in their head, okay, I'm going to take a bit of a break, I'll probably come back later. Giving them the option to pause is a far better fitting option than cancelling. Now, a lot of times when people do cancel, they will come back eventually. But if they've suspended, if they've paused their membership, it's going to make it more likely that that happens. Now, you may have it set up where they pause and then it automatically resumes after 3 months or 6 months, or you have it where it pauses and then they come back and they unpause it whenever they want. However you set it up, giving this as a softer alternative to cancelling kind of retains that connection, that bond, because they're not actually leaving. They're just taking a little bit of a time out. So that's one alternative you can offer. Another is the option to change their billing frequency. Someone may be on an annual membership plan and paying $500, $600, $700 a year. And if they're coming up for renewal, that might actually be more than they can afford or more than they're willing to invest in another year right now. Or maybe when they first joined, they knew they would need the membership for at least a year. But now it's come around to the anniversary, their needs have been mostly fulfilled and they're not sure how much longer they're going to need it. And that uncertainty is making them think, well, do I really want to go for another year if in 2 or 3 months' time I might actually not need this anymore? So giving them the option of changing their billing frequency, going from a monthly plan to an annual plan to a monthly plan, or from a monthly plan to an annual plan, if that represents a saving, that again can give them another path to take that's not as severe as cancelling their membership. And particularly in the case of annual members, the option to switch to monthly is going to salvage some people who are leaving mainly because there's a big old chunk of change on their annual rebill that they either just can't afford or they can't justify right now. If you give them the option of, hey, I kind of get that paying another $800 for a whole year might not be what you want, but how about, $60 a month, $70 a month? The buying decision is a lot smaller, it's a lot easier, it's a lot more accessible, and so they may be more likely to stick around. So that's the second alternative of cancelling that you can offer. Similarly, the third option is the option to change tiers. So if you have a multi-tier membership, so you have, a standard level and then a premium level, then if someone's on that premium level, they might not be using all of the extra bells and whistles they get at that level. But if they've been paying for it and they're feeling like they can't justify that expense anymore, or they're tightening the purse strings or what have you, then giving them the ability to downgrade to a cheaper level where maybe they don't get as much, but actually that's okay. That again can salvage that membership and it can keep them continuing on in your membership at a new level that's more suitable to them. It works the other way too. It might be someone's looking to leave because they feel they need more. They need more access, they need more advanced content, and they need, some extra bells and whistles that they've not been getting on their current tier. They might not realize that you have a premium level that does actually cater to those increased needs. So giving them the option of upgrading to something more advanced, if they're not leaving for financial reasons, they're leaving just because they feel they have to go somewhere else to have their needs met. If you actually have a tier that would meet those needs, then that again is another path they can take. And then the final alternative to cancelling that you should offer is actually the option to book in a quick call with you or one of the team. It's not going to be feasible for everyone. It's not going to be something everyone wants to do. But, a softer alternative is giving people, a form they can fill in of, hey, if you're having a problem and you want to talk to us about it first, fill in this form and let us know the issue, and you do it all by email. But actually, if you can give people a booking link where they can book on to a 15-minute call with you or one of your team, and you do all of these calls on a certain day between a certain time just to make it more manageable. That 15 minutes could make the difference. Even just 5 minutes could make the difference. It might be that, someone feels they've achieved all they can achieve, but they're actually just unaware of what else the membership could do for them, what other content there is. Maybe when they joined, they gave you the wrong information about where they were in their journey, and you've been tailoring the content they see and the member experience around them being a beginner when actually they're more advanced. Stuff like this is easy to fix. Maybe they're leaving because they're frustrated with something that isn't working on the website that you weren't aware of. Videos that don't load or links that hadn't been working. And those frustrations boiled over to a point where they felt they had to leave. You can get on a call with them and talk those out. And that's the first time you're becoming aware. You can fix it and you could potentially salvage that membership. Those little conversations, even though it's taking, 10, 15 minutes out of your day or out of your team's day, that could not only reverse the decision to cancel, but also build up enough goodwill and loyalty from the fact that you're willing to actually have that face time. And you cut through any confusion, any concerns, any, misgivings about the membership. That can actually buy much more loyalty from that member. And they can end up staying a lot longer than they would have done, even if their initial problem hadn't come up. So giving people that option to book in a call with you and just talk it out, that can go a long way too. So those are 4 alternatives to cancellations that you should be looking to offer to your members as part of the cancellation process. Give them the option to pause. Give them the option to change their billing frequency. Give them the option to upgrade or downgrade their membership tier if you have multiple tiers. Give them the option to book in a call and speak with you in person. Again, it's important not to stand in people's way. We don't want to make people jump through hoops if they're going to leave, because that will reduce the chances that they'll come back. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with making that last effort to turn things around. And in fact, doing that shows that you care. You will get people who want to leave who end up disgruntled at how easy it was to leave. That's kind of the irony of it. If someone clicks on cancel and just instantly cancels, and they've been a member for years, there will be that part of them, even though they want to go, that'll kind of think, well, is that it? Is that all I meant to them? Right? The strange irony. So you don't want to be an obstruction. You don't want to make things difficult, but you definitely want to make that effort to provide some alternatives to cancelling. If someone's in a position where actually they don't necessarily want to leave, they just feel that's the only option they have. Give them those alternatives and things could go in a different direction. All right, that is it from me for this episode. I do hope you found it useful. If you did, and you're a first-time listener, make sure you hit the subscribe button in your podcast app to ensure that you don't miss a single future episode. If you're a long-term listener, I love and appreciate you. Thank you for every second of attention you give to us. Thanks for the positive feedback, the comments on social, the shares, the likes, and of course, the reviews. If you've not yet had the opportunity to leave a review and you found today's episode useful, I would so appreciate it if you could take a moment or two of your time and leave a nice, shiny 5-star review and a couple of nice words over on your podcast app, whether it's Apple, whether it's Spotify, whatever you're listening to us in. Just leave us a nice little review. We read them all personally. And if you want to hit us up on social media at Membership Geeks across all the channels to let us know that you've left a review, I'd love that too, because that will give me the opportunity to thank you personally. If you can do that, it will mean so much. Helps us to know that we're doing the right job. We're putting out good stuff, but also helps us reach more people and make more of a difference in this wonderful world of online memberships. All right, I'm out of here, and I'll see you next time for another installment of the Membership Geeks podcast. If you enjoyed this week's episode of the Membership Geeks podcast, we invite you to check out membershipacademy.com. Membership Academy is the original membership about memberships, and it's the essential resource for anyone at any stage of starting, growing, and running a successful online membership business. Whether you're still trying to figure out what your idea is going to be and you need some help making it a reality, or whether your website is already up and running and you're looking for ways to grow and attract new members, then Membership Academy can help you to get to the next level. Not only do you get access to our step-by-step membership roadmap, our extensive training library, and exclusive member-only discount and tools, you'll also become part of our supportive, active community of membership owners that will help you along the way in your journey with feedback, encouragement, and advice. All of this and more make Membership Academy the #1 place to be for anyone looking to start, manage, and grow a successful membership business. Check it out and join the community at membershipacademy.com.